Hello and good morning. I wanted to go into jealousy. Jealousy is such a negative trait, it's such a negative character. So, and then I started looking up the term jealousy, and then come to find out it has, it's a jealous spirit. It's a jealous spirit that consumes them, and that's why they act this way. So, and then 16, I'm gonna use two articles. I'm gonna try not to make this video too long, but I'm gonna go into the 16 signs of a jealous spirit. And it was something else, overcoming 16 signs of a jealous spirit and how to tell if someone is jealous of you. So, I never wanted to think, oh, this person is jealous. I never wanted to think of people feeling this kind of way because it's such a negative emotion. But, jealousy is a spirit. It's a spirit that consumes you. So, and then you have to know how to control that. Like, you don't want to be a jealous person. You don't want people to think of you and be like, oh, this person is jealous. Like, you don't want to think of them or remember them that way. But you have to know the signs. Jealousy is an ugly thing. It is ranked as one of the 7 deadly sins because of the power jealousy can push even a good person to perform ugly actions. But there's something you may not have realized. Jealousy doesn't just affect the jealous person, it negatively affects the person they're jealous of. It just sucks. That's right, your friend's jealousy of you might be bringing you down. Now, a jealous spirit isn't always easy to spot. It's not. You have to figure it out. You have to pay attention. Figure it out and know, do your own. It just sucks. That's why we've come up with a simple guide of 16 signs of a jealous spirit. Then once you know how to identify a jealous spirit, we'll show you what you can do to stop the jealousy from consuming your life. Because it can consume your life, it can destroy your life, it can cause you more problems. It's just bad. Jealousy. They'll ask you uncomfortable questions. Though asking probing questions may seem incongruous. I don't know why they use these big words. And then it's like you could just use a simple word. And then when you define the word, it's something so simple, but they want to put this big ass word in there and talk about it and expect you to know. Though asking probing questions may seem like nothing, a jealous spirit will use deep, uncomfortable questions to try and rattle you. If they're jealous of your relationship with your significant other, expect them to ask questions like, do you think he could be cheating on you? See, the jealous spirit has planted the seed of doubt in your mind, possibly destabilizing your relationship. This is to bring you down to their level. If a jealous person can't be as great as you, then they'll need you to be as low as them. So you have to pick it up. You have to realize, like, not every time someone talks to you or compliments you or questions you, it's good intentions there. It's always more to it. They compliment you. Number 2, they compliment you all the time. If someone is showering you with all the praise and all the praise somehow feels a little hollow, shallow, a little forced, odds are that person is jealous of you. They may be using the praise to fight against their own insecurity, hoping that by praising you, they'll seem like a good person. But it could also be that their over-the-top public praise is a sneaky way to hog your spotlight. Think about it. If one person continuously publicly praises you for everything you do, then other people will associate them with your great achievements. Look at that. They just got unearned credit. So they just want to be your friend because, the good things, you're a good person, so they want to be around you, or they just want to take credit for your work. And they said, this article talks about a psychic, but I'm not talking about psychics, I'm not talking about tarot, I'm not talking about anything, I'm talking about the jealous spirit. So I am going to put the link in the description box. When you go into the site, Like if you click the link to the site, it's gonna reference all this other stuff. It's gonna reference a psychic. It's gonna reference other advice, you know. But that's the site. That's the article that I'm using, and it'll be in the description box. But I'm reading the article and it's like, oh, a real psychic confirms it. The signs above and below will give you a good idea if they have a jealous spirit. But a surefire way to know is to seek a real psychic. However, I know how important it is to stay away from fake mediums. All right, I'm going to skip this one because what I'm talking about is nothing about no psychics. I want to know about the jealous spirit. So their compliments are always backhanded. Number 2 and 3 go hand in hand. Right after the jealous spirit gives you great compliment on your killer speech you gave to the board, they follow it up with, and barely anyone noticed you stutter. You know, so then you could be doing so great, but then they'll pick your flaws. Or some other weird uncalled for verbal jab. This is effective because it rattles you. You think, oh God, I hope nobody noticed, and your jealous spirit implies, nobody but me noticed, I got your back. You know, that's the shit they do. Oh, I'm your biggest fan, or oh, I'm gonna protect you, and I'm gonna watch over you. I won't let nothing happen to you. And they're the ones stabbing you in the back. Suddenly, your jealous spirit has taken your victory and turned it into something to be embarrassed about. Something they hold it over you. They brag about their own achievements. Your friend's jealous spirit is masking a deep-seated insecurity. To reduce this insecurity, they'll brag about their accomplishments and achievements, both to make themselves feel better and to make you feel like you should be jealous of them. Don't take the bait. Congratulate them briefly and politely. This will take the air out of their bragging. But, you know, jealous people usually like to brag about themselves, that I did this or I've done this and I'm the best at this, and, you know, everyone notices me, and oh, but that's what they do. Everything is a competition. Jealousy is when someone wants what you have. They could be material goods, successes, relationships, anything, and a jealous person will try all sorts of different avenues to get what you have. A common tactic is to be competitive with you. If you buy a car, they'll buy a newer car. If you put your heart and soul into publishing a book, they'll suddenly will have to come up with an even bigger and better book than you. There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition, and a smidge of jealousy can be helpful in motivating someone. But with a jealous spirit, the jealousy is overwhelming. Competition isn't friendly. It isn't restricted to certain acceptable zones, like you and your colleague. Complete to have your proposal selected. Instead, it presents, like you could talk about it, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you talk about it with the other person, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know, and instead it like makes it like you don't even want to talk to each other about what you're gonna be talking about because you don't want them to steal your idea or it's just bad. Competition, it doesn't end up being friendly. Number 7, they steal your successes. So if you notice that every time you have an amazing achievement, one person consistently tries to take credit for it, you know you're dealing with a jealous spirit. You got a new girlfriend, the jealous spirit can't stop telling everyone how they set you up. Completed a project at work, oh look, your jealous friend miraculously claimed credit for it to your boss. A jealous spirit, this toxic, isn't even spurred to competition. They simply want you to do all the work and they reap all the benefits. Wow. They put you down in front of people. These put downs can range from catty comments to backhanded compliments to embarrassing stories to straight up humiliating insults. But without fail, these put downs are in front of an audience, typically an audience of people who you value. The jealous spirit is trying to shake your relationships, wanting to make the people you value think less of you. Don't put up with this. Cut them out of the friend group immediately. Cut them out. They lead you astray is another one. Jealous spirits hate it when you succeed. They also love to see you fail. So as such, they'll try and give you bad advice. hoping that you'll trip up. Watch out for unsolicited and unusual advice. Odds are it's a trap. 10. They always cut you off. I'm not talking about cutting you off in traffic, though. You know, they'll probably do that too. It's talking about in conversation. Every time you're telling a great story, you find that one person constantly cuts you in, chops your story off before you finish, and it's likely the person has a jealous spirit. They may cut you off so that they can tell the punchline of your joke or the climax of your story, thus stealing your thunder. Or they may simply cut you off to try and isolate you from the friend group. Either way, it's toxic. 11. They're jealous of you. They copy you. Imitation may be the highest form of flattery, but it's also plainly obvious sign of a whole jealous spirit. I don't like people that copy me, that want to be like me. No, that's not flattery. It's annoying. It's aggravating. It's like, you can't think of nothing to do for yourself. Like, you have your own mind. Like, think of it. Let me read this article. A jealous spirit wishes for your success, achievements, your whole embodiment in order to try and gain what you have. They'll try anything. When a jealous person is very insecure in their own skin, they'll gravitate towards copying you because their vision, they see you. Their vision of you is stronger than their own personality. It's best to ignore the copycat behavior. Without oxygen, their jealous fire may simply die out. Number 12, they blow up your plans. Jealous spirits like to see you fail. They will actively work to ensure your failure, no matter how small the situation. If you've been planning a big party or perhaps a big outing with friends, they'll figure out a way to derail your work, like to take you off course. It could be as small as promising to drive everyone, then suddenly being unavailable when they're needed. Or it could be as aggravating as them continuously criticizing the party, trying to drag everybody down to their level. No matter the action, your decision should remain the same. Plan around them and try and remove them as quickly as possible from the event. So people that have the jealous spirit, it's better to just stay away from them. Don't engage in them because they want you to react. They want to get a reaction out of you. So when you ignore them, it can either fuel them to do more crap, or they'll just stop. Hopefully they stop. But some people, they always look at you and everything is your fault, and then they don't want to look at themselves and look at what's wrong within them. It's sad, actually. They say you're lucky. Hey, you just got a promotion you were dying for. Wow, you're so lucky. Congrats, you finally closed on the house you've been working on for months. Some people have all the luck. No matter your achievement, their response is still the same. It all boils down to luck. When a jealous spirit does this, it's because they're trying to delegitimize your achievements. This works to both make you feel inferior and make the jealous spirit feel less bad about not achieving what you have achieved. If it boils down to luck, then the jealous spirit can rationalize their failure as being unlucky. 14, they spread rumors about you. This one is harder to identify because people typically do not spread rumors in front of the victim. Instead, a jealous spirit will spread a rumor about you to other people, and you'll only find out about it later from somebody else. Tracking down who spread the rumor can be complicated, but once you figure out who did it, you may find that this person also exhibits many of the traits we've already identified on this list. If the rumor's spreader, that's the one telling the lies, behavior fits this pattern, odds are they have the jealous spirit. They criticize everything you do. For some reason, nothing you do seems to measure up to someone with a jealous spirit. That amazing piece of music you composed, it was pretty reductive. That bonus you got for your performance, wow, that was pretty small. The Christmas gift you gave them, well, I guess it's the thought that counts. That's the shit that they say. Criticism doesn't always signify a jealous spirit, but when it's combined with many other symptoms on this list, it's a sure sign that your friend is jealous of what you have achieved. They simply hate you. Oh, that's the worst. When they hate you and they act like they're your friend, but they hate your guts. They simply hate you. You can't explain it. You've never done anything to slight them. You've gone out of your way to be friendly, and yet they always treat you with disdain and cruelty. In our experience, we found that it is really rare for someone to hate someone else for no apparent reason. There's usually a hidden reason behind it. If you've done nothing to slight the person and they continue to treat you with contempt, it might be because they're jealous of you. It sucks. Why do people get jealous? A person usually develops a jealous spirit because of a key reason. They have low self-esteem for themselves. A person who has low self-esteem or lacks confidence doesn't believe that they themselves are strong enough spirit. They don't take pride in their own accomplishments or even believe that they can achieve success. This insecurity manifests into itself as jealousy. Whenever you see someone who achieves what they are insecure about, this insecurity manifests itself as jealousy. Whenever you see someone who achieves what they are insecure about. Okay. Perhaps a man is insecure about his body image because he was mocked in high school. He envies his friend's muscular physique, but instead of simply working a little harder to build up his own body, he lets this jealous spirit take over, making the relationship toxic. These are two friends. Now he gives his friend bad fitness tips, overexerts himself trying to bench press more than his friend, and even dangerously doesn't spot his friend correctly, all due to jealousy. So that spotting is like, say you're doing the weightlifting and he's supposed to spot you, like he's supposed to he's supposed to help you out, and then he does it wrong so that everything could just fall on you and you just hurt yourself because he didn't spot you right. But he did it because he's, that's the jealous spirit. That was the example that this article is giving. How to deal with the jealous spirit. There are many different ways you can neutralize a jealous spirit. The path you choose comes down to how much emotion and energy you wish to invest. I just don't deal with them. I cut them right out. Immediately cut them out. I don't deal with people like this. No. I don't even speak to them. But let me read. Number 1, you distance yourself. If a jealous spirit won't leave you alone and continues to interact with you negatively, then the easiest choice is to distance yourself from that person. If they are in your friend group, stop inviting them to get-togethers, decline invitations, or see the other person in a larger social settings where they can easily get up and walk away. Reducing contact in these situations is ideal. You no longer get bullied, and the jealous spirit spends less time stewing on their hate and insecurity. You redirect focus. If you think that you can salvage the relationship, or if it isn't feasible to cut the jealous spirit out of your life, like if they are a co-worker, then a positive solution may be to redirect attention onto the jealous spirit. Stop talking about yourself. You may not be bragging, but it fuels the jealousy, the jealousy spirit's fire. Instead, compliment the jealous spirit. Ask genuine questions about their passions and accomplishments. This may help heal the spirit's insecurity and give them the confidence to exit on their own rather than as a social parasite. Confront the issue. Number 3, confront the issue politely. Lastly, you can simply confront the jealous spirit directly. This is best accomplished not directly after a jealousy episode, as tempers can run high. Instead, it may be best to invite the jealous person for a little one-on-one, like a friendly coffee break, and bring up a time that the jealous spirit offended you through their actions. Be polite, be firm. Explain how the jealous spirit's actions impacted you. By relying on I statements, I felt really upset when you insulted my project in front of your boss. You can follow up with the question such as, why did you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you insult my but you gotta be calm. You can't be mad. You can't be aggressive and problematic. You have to keep it neutral, That's tough. You can follow up the question as, why did you do that? Or could you end with a request? I'd appreciate it if you didn't belittle me in the future. I said that to this little, I said that nicely. It's a bold approach, but it can be effective. Just remember to be polite but firm. Don't let the jealous spirit shake you. Like, don't come out of your character. Don't lose your shit. That happened to me. That's why I woke up today and I'm like, what the fuck is a jealous spirit? Like, I hate this fucking spirit. It's just so nasty and evil, and it's like, I don't want to come out of character, and then I end up coming out of character because this fucking spirit, jealous spirit. Hopefully the signs above will shed some light on whether they have a jealous spirit, but there's a part of you that still wants to know more. I recommend speaking genuine professional psychics. So this article always goes back to talking to psychics and stuff. So I'm not going to go into the psychics, but you have to notice the signs. Like, I didn't notice these signs. Like, I always had problems with this person. I wanted to put lashes on today. I always had problems with this person, but I never wanted to believe that this person was jealous. And other people would tell me, this person is jealous of you, this jealous of you. That's why they act this way. And then I guess when whatever happened last night, it just went over the top. I started looking it up, and I started Googling it, and I started looking for articles, and I'm like, oh, this bitch is jealous. But you know what? I know how to deal with it. I know how to talk. I know how to, keep the peace, because I have too much going on to sit here and be rattled. I'm not doing that to myself. But I'm going to put the article, the link, in the description box, and I'm going to make some more videos and talk about this some more. Thanks for clicking on my video, and leave a love always. Bye.